So it's a crappy day here on the farm, but not in the way that you think. Today we're going to show you what we do with all of our extra manure. I know that sounds weird for a video, but if you're homesteading or you're farming, you likely have animals and they're likely producing lots of manure on your farm or homestead, and that can come into good use on your farm or homestead. We obviously try to put everything on pasture or let the animals put it on pasture for us, but we do have some cases where manure builds up, such as shelters, brooders, different things. So we're going to show you how we collect our manure, what we do with it, and why we do it. This is one of those videos that everybody can get something out of if you're raising animals, because one of the biggest benefits of raising animals on your pasture and your yards is the manure that they produce. So it's a crappy day, but we're gonna make the best of it, and in return talk about how these crappy days can help us on our farm or homestead. Let's get into it. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the baby birds. They're not looking so much like babies anymore. They're getting big. We just moved these guys. So we'll move the rest of these to a new area today. We do that every day so they have a nice fresh area to lay in. I got ads here helping me. So let's get their feed, water done. We'll peek at the cattle. We moved them yesterday. We rotate them about anywhere from 2 to 4 days, just depending on the weather. And then feed our layer birds, get eggs, and talk about this crappy day. And yes, if you notice, I got my shoes on because I forgot to bring my boots. So do what you got to do. We tend to use big totes. So we're out right now, so we had to run up to our local store. They carry the Sunrise feed that we use, and buy a few bags. If you can afford the totes, depending on what scale you're doing, we get a ton at a time. That's equivalent to 40 bags, 40, 50-pound bags of feed. And it saves us we get about 2 free bags by doing that. So over the course of time, it really saves a lot of money. I'm filling these buckets up here. I have to go to my off-farm job tonight, and my wife will be doing chores tomorrow. So I'm just trying to set everything up. That way it's easier for her. Feed's already here. Everything's ready to go. Prepping in advance, whether you're doing it for your spouse or farmhand, whoever you're helping, will definitely help make chores go a lot easier. Something to think about when you're doing it. Bring down an extra feed, a couple extra buckets, and it'll save you time on the back end when you don't have to do that stuff the next day. All right, let's go check these layer birds and then carry on with this crappy day. Sometimes you'll see we'll get these cracked ones, and yeah, can't use that, so we give that to the dogs. Meat birds are done, egg layers are done, cattle are good. I have a feeling this day is about to get crappy. What are you guys doing? Hi, what are you doing? Many of you guys know we have 3 sheep, basil, mint, and lavender. Yes, and the irony is not lost on me. They're named after things you eat. We got these guys as bottle lambs, and my daughter's named them. And next thing you know, we've got 3 pets that we've had for, I guess, going on 2 years now. They're great for when people come to visit the farm. They actually get to pet animals, and just helps to improve the experience of the farm tours. So, all right, things are about to get crappy. Like I said, we've got our fun chores and our not so fun chores. And right now this is gonna be a not so fun chore. These chicken houses have slatted floors, and they're made for the poop to fall through, but still about every 1, 2, sometimes up to 3 months, we have to clean it out. Right now, it really needs to be cleaned out. We're a little past due, but we've had so much rain. I usually like to wait till it's nice and good and dry, and we finally have that opportunity. So we're gonna get this chicken house cleaned out real quick. Just a matter of shoveling a lot of poop. All right, quick word to the wise. This is a dirty job. I'm surrounded by poop, and while it's great for our pastures, it's not so great for my lungs. So I have a mask I'm gonna put on whenever I'm scooping poop in here and I'm in an enclosed area. I always try to put on a mask, and that'll help with that, because once you get to shoveling, you're gonna stir a lot of stuff up. The other thing is there are some eggs occasionally laid around here that may have been in this poop for a month too, and they were very rotten. And when you shovel, you're eventually gonna break one. It just smells bad. So again, the mask will help with that. But we'll get all this poop out cleaned up. Gloves also help. Make sure you got gloves. Some people even put on a suit, but we're barely ventilated. I've got ventilation on all sides. I can feel the wind. We've got door open here. We've got a ventilation back behind us. So we're just gonna get this done. Ain't fun, but gotta be done. So let's get to doing. And I've got my tractor. I've got my tractor right here. You can see behind me, and I've just got the bucket setting down, so it's all going into the bucket. The other nice thing too is it comes off in these big flakes, so it actually goes pretty fast. All right, and that is about it. So for the most part, we've got it all off the tops. Most of the holes are open again, and that allows it to fall right on through. And the chickens are going after my coffee. That's great. All right, we've got one more house to clean out. And that's the brooder. So we're gonna go ahead to do that now, and we'll talk a little bit about why we're doing this. This chicken house is built basically on a simple hay wagon. It has a large tongue right here that we just hook to the tractor, and we can move it wherever we need to go. I cleaned it right here because that'll allow all the poop to fall out where they've been, and then we'll go move them to a new spot real quick. All right, so we've got her in another grassy area. You see this stuff here, it's not barren, it's just hay, a bunch of hay that the cows didn't eat towards the end of the year. So the chickens will get in here, scratch this up real good, and I don't have to drag it. It's kind of a win-win. So we're here at our brooder now. I've still got a bunch of chicken poop that we got out of the chicken house. And you're wondering, why are we shoving all this poop? You probably know, and it's for fertilizer. This stuff is like liquid gold for the pastures. We have cattle that are on the pastures down there, and they will poop on it, and that actually provides some nutrients from what comes out of their rumen. But we've also got hay pastures adjacent, and those pastures don't have animals. There's no fencing or anything over there. And the thing about haying is that when you take, or not just in general, when you take something from the land, you've got to give back. If you just take, then you're not going to have any land to hay. What a lot of people do, you could get synthetic fertilizers, bring it in and spread it, but we know that kind of gets in the rivers, it gets in the streams, the water systems, and it's intensive to make from an environmental standpoint. So if you don't have to use it, why use it? We do around 1,000 chickens a year with our broilers that come through here, our egg layers, turkeys, and that's a lot of poop. I'd like to get some of it down there, and we have our broilers down there now spreading it out. We're moving their houses around around the pastures. But obviously in the chicken house and in the brooder, we can't do anything with that, but we can save it. It's got to be cleaned out anyway, so we might as well, instead of throwing it away or throwing it just in a pile somewhere, we can let it compost. We just put it on the pastures and let it compost itself. And it's a way that saves us money from having to buy in fertilizer. It's more environmentally friendly because we're already taking something that was going to end up in a trash pile somewhere and putting it on the pastures. It actually helps the pastures, helps us to grow better hay, more hay from a biomass standpoint. And it's just a win-win-win. So that is what we're doing. We usually do this about, I don't know, 4 times a year, 5 times a year. So it's not a lot. I mean, when you have to do it, it's some work, but the value that we get from the little time spent doing it is totally worth it. So we just took 100 chicks out of this brooder here. They're out on pasture now. If you saw our last video, I'll put a link to that up here. Going from brooder to pasture. That was a video we did about bringing them out, transitioning them to pasture, and some of the preparations you want to do to make it a better transition for the birds. But we are going to take all that manure, wood chips, pee, poop, everything they put in here, and we're going to put that in the manure spreader as well and add some great fertility to the pastures. So let's get this brooder cleaned out, and then we'll head over, load up the manure spreader, and get it out on the pastures. All right, so behind me, this is the manure spreader. We got this off Craigslist for, I think, around $2,000. You see it hooks to the tractor. And then back here, you have what I call the blades of death. These things spin 1,000,000 miles an hour. And there's a belt that feeds everything to the back very slowly. It hits these blades and then just gets dispersed everywhere. Nothing new. This thing's 50, 60, 70 years old. It's very old, but it's in great shape. It really helps us add a lot of fertility to the pasture. In here, this is a lot of the chicken poop that we just got, a lot of the bedding and poop from the brooder. Then this is also, we leave this parked here at the barn because we've got a couple horses, and so all the horse manure also goes in here. So it is a plethora of manure that will help us grow hay and keeps us from making waste, or allows us to turn waste into something that helps not only save us money, but to grow more hay that in turn makes us more money. So let's head on down to the pasture and I'll show you how she works. So these are our hay pastures that you see behind me. And this is where we put all the manure at. So you can see that thing really slings some poop. So we're gonna go up and get one more load, but that is how we recycle all the poop on the farm down here onto these pastures, which then grows the hay that feeds the cattle, that makes more poop on those pastures. It's really just a big cycle where we're just trying to reuse what we have and make the land better than when we found it. Anyways, this is some extracurricular stuff that happens on the farm that you have to do from time to time. If you want to see a video on how our daily chores go, then you'll wanna